In this lesson, we're going to be factoring perfect square trinomials. So if you have a trinomial that has a specific look to it where the outside terms are perfect squares and the inside term ends up being the combination of the two perfect squares, square rooted, and then there ends up being two of them. So let me show you why this turns out the way it does. So if you have an a plus b times an a plus b, and if you distribute everything through, you'll get a squared, a times a, and then a times b. And then these two will distribute together, so that'll give you another ab. And then b times b will be b squared. So here are your outside terms being perfect squares, and you'll always have exactly two of the a and the b multiplied together. So that's going to be your 2ab. And it doesn't matter if you have an addition sign or a subtraction sign, that's just going to change the sign inside your factors. So let's take a look at how a couple of these work out. So for the first one, directions are going to say to factor. And we're going to have x squared plus 12x plus 36. So it's very much just a recognition thing. So what I recognize is that I have a perfect square and a perfect square, and then there's potential that when I actually square root these two pieces to kind of find out what it breaks into, this will break into an x, this will break into 6. So there, and if the sign here is a positive, that means the signs are the same. This means they're both plus. So there's potential that that works. So let me double check and make sure it does. So if it follows this formula, it should have the middle term of the a times the b times 2. So here's the a times the b, so that's 6x. And if we multiply that by 2, that'll get us a 12x, which matches your middle term. So it would factor into the exact same two pieces, and so we can just write it like x plus 6 squared. All right. Do another one. And again, it's really just a recognition. Doesn't mean we can't factor it another way, but if you do recognize it, it'll just make it a little bit faster. So, first question is, are the outside terms perfect squares? Yes. So that'll be a 9x. This will break into a 4. The sign is telling us it's a minus, and so there's potential that that could work out. So again, let me double check that actually happens. So if you multiply those two together, that's going to be a negative 36x. That's your a times your b. And then there should be two of them. So if you multiply it by 2, you get a negative 72x, which matches the middle term. So we definitely would get the middle term, and that's your answer. All right, let's do one more. So 4x squared plus 12xy plus 9y squared. All right, same type of look. Are the outside pieces perfect squares? Yes. So the first term would be a 2x. The second term, we're going to break it apart evenly, and that would give us a 3y. This tells us our sign should be a plus, and so there's potential that it could be a square. So we'll check it. If we multiply the a and the b together and multiply it by 2, we should get the middle term. So that multiplies to 6xy. And if we multiply that piece by 2, that gets us our 12xy, which matches our middle piece. So those are our factors. All right, and that was factoring perfect square trinomials.